European Union's recent threats to impose sanctions on Israel mark a significant shift in its approach to the ongoing conflict in Gaza and the broader Israeli-Palestinian conflict. Historically, the EU has been one of Israel's largest trading partners, providing vital economic and diplomatic support. This relationship has often meant that the EU has been hesitant to take strong actions against Israel, particularly in matters related to its military operations in the occupied Palestinian territories. However, the EU's patience seems to be wearing thin as Israel's actions, particularly the increasing settler violence and the military campaign in Gaza, continue to flagrantly disregard international law and human rights norms. The EU's condemnation of Israeli actions comes at a time when the international community is increasingly questioning Israel's long-standing policies in the occupied territories. The Union's support for Ukraine in the face of Russian aggression has highlighted the inconsistency in its stance toward Israel. While the EU was quick to impose severe sanctions on Russia for its invasion of Ukraine, it has largely remained silent or taken minimal action in response to Israel's actions against Palestinians. This perceived double standard has led to widespread criticism, both within Europe and globally, of the EU's commitment to human rights and international law. Many analysts argue that if the EU had taken a firmer stance against Israel's violations earlier, such as those involving the illegal settlements in the West Bank, the tragic events of October 7th might have been averted. The EU's reluctance to act decisively against Israel has long been a point of contention. European leaders have often expressed concern over Israel's settlement activities and military operations, yet concrete actions have been few and far between. The ongoing expansion of settlements in the West Bank in particular has been a major source of tension. These settlements, which are considered illegal under international law, have steadily encroached on Palestinian land, leading to increased violence and instability in the region. The EU's failure to pressure Israel to halt these activities has contributed to the current volatile situation, where settler violence has reached unprecedented levels.
Did you hear that?
Recent escalation
right there. And fast forward to about the 11th minute, and bring out your definition of settler, whatever you got saying, Reggie. You got them?
Yeah, I have what's the article?
Okay, come on. All right, it's the same. Basically, settler and colonizer is the same thing. All right, and so they sweeten up the speech. But bring out yours and then bring out yours.
So this is a settlement out of etymology online. Just this one particular sentence, it says tract of country newly colonized.
Mm-hmm.
So, wow. Yeah, newly colonized.
So a settlement is a newly colonized, which is just another colonization that Esau Edom has been known to do. And people think that Esau only colonized so-called America or so-called, different parts of Africa. No, Esau has did Africa, America, China, Japan, the islands, India, the whole nine. If you go back into the old so-called Bruce Lee movies and so forth and other kind of movies, you'll see Esau they have colonized the planet.
Bollywood movies too.
Yes, the whole planet. They went over and put their whole manifest destiny on every land and group.
So much on Japheth. Japheth's not even in his own land no more. And you got unlearned people trying to say that Japheth is a so-called white man.
Come on.
You got they showed that in the movie It Man. In the beginning of the movie, it was all into their customs, but then towards the end of the movie, when the British and all of them came, they was drinking their coffee and had their suits,
wearing suits, smoking cigarettes.
They were no longer wearing their traditional garb, but now they're wearing the business the Western garb. Yes.
Right, and that's how you know that
well, like we always bring out. To be a international pilot or a pilot, you gotta understand English. You gotta speak English.
Right.
I got the word settler too, but I got the online etymology definition. It say a thing that settles, fixes, or decides, meaning a person who moves into a new country to fix a resident there.
To fix
Right.
a resident. You see how they sweeten up the language?
Man.
The whole.
Look, go ahead.
I was gonna say because it's gonna come out, but the whole phrase of colony, that word, colonizer, that in itself is the sweetener. Because really, you a thief.
That's it.
All right, when you go into colonizer, that's a soft definition too. That's not what it is. No, you are simply a fucking thief. A conqueror and a
Land
thief, man.
theft.
Yeah.
And the scripture says, woe to him that removeth the landmark.
Landmark.
All right, and for the Lord to put that in there, it's a high level offense that causes thousands to millions of death and war over fucking with someone's landmarks.
Well,
you don't do that.
The Lord set up the landmarks. We say He set up
The bounds.
by the nation of Israel.
Mhm.
All that was appointed by the Lord, man.
That's it.
You know.
That's it, brother.
Hey, the Lord was who told Moses to put the 12 stones on both sides of the Red Sea.
That's it.
You know, that was the Lord who told him to do that.
That was a
It
bounds
been
that
a
you
memorial.
will not
you know?
pass.
It was supposed to have been a memorial, you know.
Quick precept. Oh, go ahead.
I got the definition of colonizer. It says definition from Oxford language. A country that sends settlers to a place and establish political control over it. Portugal was a major colonizer in both Brazil and parts of Africa.
And so now that's why you go to Brazil today, and there is millions of people in Brazil. They all speak Portuguese.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Why? Because the colonizers went over there and put their stamp and down for it. It's an indelible mark over over Brazil until the Lord come back.
Right, because the rest of South America, for the most part, speaks
Speak
Spanish.
That's it.
So you have the whole Portugal and Spain thing going on.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right, both were full of Edomites at the time,
That's
because
it.
Jake had been driven out of power.
Yep.
Because before these Edomites took over Portugal and Spain, the royalty and the wealth and the control from the time of the fall of Rome, as it displays in that new Denzel Washington movie,
Oh, they hate.
that was Jake, the so-called black people. All right,
Gladiator 2 for the record.
Gladiator 2 for the record. All right, but if you could bring out that script, you got something.
Yeah,
to
just
say?
another. This is the same word for colonize, but it's an etymology line. I just want to get to this point. It says this is attested by 1790s in the sense of to make another place into a national dependency without regard for the settlement there.
Without what?
Without regard for the settlement there.
So fuck whoever's there.
Yeah.
We come do what we want.
This what it is.
And we
You're
disregard
gonna
what was
worship
already
this
there.
God. You're gonna dress this way. You're gonna do this.
And follow
This
these
is to
laws.
make a national dependency. So now you under them. That's why they call the Latins, which that's a terrible name to call Latinos Latins. But then they also call them Hispanic. Now you know that they was conquered by who? Spain.
That's right.
Then it says such as in reference to French activity in Egypt or British India. So like the elder was going into, you know, we mentioned Portugal and Spain, but that's Esau in general, man. You got Britain that did it, France that did it. That's how America was formed. That's the three horns who fell for America to form. Britain, Spain, and France. It's like in South America, Elder Malcolm mentioned Portugal and Spain, but you got places like French Guyana.
That's right.
The French got land down there too. This Esau.
Even
they
Haiti.
all the same.
Right. How the hell is Haiti with Esau, Edomite, French? You got the Brazil, Portugal, but then you got Mexico, the Spaniards. They done put their indelible mark all upon the whole Western Hemisphere.
Baba Kashad, this is St. John's. Oh, go ahead,
No, most people don't know that in some Spanish-speaking countries, French is the second language.
Yep.
People don't know that.
Just real quick, this is how you know this man is the devil. This is how you know, this St. John 10 and 10. The thief cometh not but for to steal, and to kill, and to destroy. I am come that they might have life, and that they might have it more abundantly. So we know that this man who went and did these things is the devil, man. Who conquered the whole world. The Atimo line mentioned India, Egypt, but let's not forget apartheid, so that's South Africa.
Yeah.
Let's not forget what's going on in Africa right now, whenever they discover something. All right, right. Let's not forget our land, which was started this.
Yep.
And, you know, our land is a desolation because of this damn devil. Who's over there? Idumea, man.
Yep.
The devil. He conquered he's literally fulfilled Genesis 27 before our eyes. He didn't get control over the world during the time of Elam ruling. He didn't get it really during the time of the Greeks ruling. He got it during the time of the fourth beast, the second go around. All right, Rome 2.0.
Right. Second part of the fourth beast.
The little horn.
Which is now. We're in it now. All right.
Yep. Quick precept.
leading to
Micah 2, starting in verse 1.
I had that.
Woe unto them that devise iniquity and work evil upon their beds. When the morning is light, they practice it because it is in the power of their hands.
And if you really meditate on what that just said, just read it again.
Woe to them that devise iniquity and work.
Destruction to you that you're coming up with iniquity and coming up with schemes to destroy and to destroy and fuck up the will of the Lord. Go ahead.
Yep.
Not the will of the Lord.
Or Salakia, but coming up to destroy the people, the plan, everything, to do everything in your power to destroy everything.
The earth.
The earth.
Right.
All right, go ahead.
Well, that's why the scripture states clearly that he will destroy those who destroy the earth.
That's it.
Who is doing that?
Go ahead.
Esau's a bitch. That's why I'm going through a lot. No, it's an app in the Bible app.
They
Oh
start
my
playing music all of a
God,
sudden.
man.
I've noticed that about 3 weeks ago. Mine started doing the same thing. You in your Bible app and it just starts playing music all
I
of a
know.
sudden.
It didn't work the first time. All right. It says, when the morning gives light, they practice it.
Read
Because
the first verse over.
it says, woe to them that devise iniquity and work evil upon their beds.
So before they even go to bed, before they even go to sleep, they gotta come up with something evil. They gotta come up with something. Bro,
They can't rest.
I can't sleep right now
Until they got
I toss
some.
and turn. And just until I come up with something. Aha! I know what to do tomorrow to fuck up these niggas. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead.
It says,
She ain't sleep like a baby with thumb.
Oh, as soon as he come up with it and it's a good one, oh, smoke it, gone. Go ahead.
when the morning gives light, they practice it because it is in the power of their hands.
So they enact the judgment, they enact the wicked legislation, and they put it in order. All they do is make a call. Yeah, from now on, anybody who's doing such and such and such on such and such and such, make such and such happen.
And now that you said that, you know, and in the next video, you know, we'll still play a few more minutes of this one, but the next video is going to talk about, you know, the draconian measures that's coming to America, and more than likely there will not be an election. All right, there's going to be chaos in America. American citizens are not going to go for another lockdown or another scam demic. They're not going to go for it. Remember, mandate is not a law.
That's right, brother.
Codes are not a law either. And codes are not laws. And if somebody tries to, and if those cases go to court, this is why they're going to try to come with their military and their draconian.
Right.
Because if you take these things into a court of law, the law will actually overrule it. You can't, you know, because these are once again, these are treaties that are outside of the realm, of the law. And you cannot put American citizens under foreign treaties. That's a violation of the Constitution. So I've been saying for the last couple of years that the Bible, mainly, first and foremost, and the Constitution are in the way of this NWO. And they much needs to remove both in order for them to go forward. And when they remove one or the other, it's gonna kick off.
Yeah, and Kamala, whatever the bitch name is, her running
Everybody came on the Harris.
Right, came on the Harris, right. Come right here, Harris. So, her running mate, her VP, during the first lockdown, was the one that actually utilized the police to enforce the curfews. You remember the footage years ago? The police was going up the street, getting the house. They loaded armed. That was his state. That was his area.
So he started that.
So he whipped the shit. He whipped using this force unlawfully.
Well, his name is Waltz.
Mm-hmm.
here.
Yeah, waltz right in. Verse 2. There they waltz right in, right here, yep. And they covet fields and take them by violence.
So
in houses.
So they covered everything. They want your shit.
Their desires like hell.
And they want, and that's why Obadiah says it. With the great grabbers gather enough, Esau Edom is insatiable. He wants it all.
Hey, like we was talking yesterday, that's why he sits on the head of all these different organizations, man, because he controls it, man. Yep.
They got all these non-government organizations that actually should be registered as foreign entities.
That's right.
Right? Because there's no other group of Americans that have all these foreign organizations that actually dictate, control, and lobby for policy. All right?
Let me finish this out real quick. They take them away and they oppress a man in his house, in his heritage. Now let me get to the point real quick. Therefore, thus saith Yahweh, behold, against this family, Idumea, which the brother was going into, do I devise an evil. Go read Isaiah 34. From which ye should not remove from your necks, neither shall you go haughtily, for this time is evil. In that day shall one take up a parable against you, and lament with a doleful lamentation, and say, we be utterly spoiled. He have changed the portion of my people. How hath he removed it from me? Turning away, he have divided our fields. And that's exactly what Esau Edom has done. He's a vagabond. He went across the world. He tricked it, as Revelation goes into. All right, he tricked everybody into this scam, and now, like Isaiah 47 chapter, your skirt is revealed, your nakedness, all your shame. Everybody sees it, and now they're coming up against you. Right. No wonder the scriptures say they're going to be round about her. Not only Babylon, but Israel.
You can see that the land of Israel is surrounded by a billion-strong armies of Muslims, people of all different shades of brown, that hate them and are ready to go in on them, and they're going to do exactly that. Prophecies are going to be fulfilled.
This is Matthew 18:7. Woe unto the world because of offenses, for it must needs be that offenses come. But woe to that man by whom the offense comes. So I mean, even though Yahweh Shah was speaking to the so-called scholars of his time, how much more so to the enemy of the nation of Israel? Okay? This destruction and everything that you did, and to the world itself.
He's a fucking cancer. He has to go. Like you said, this man, not only did you touch the apple of the Lord's eye, you fucked over the whole world, the entire world, all the biology, all the finance system, everything that you put your hands on. Hey, the son of perdition. You're the son of perdition, man. Destruction.
He's a wicked parasite.
Genetically modified foods and shit.
From the air to the sea to the water, the breathe, everything. He's a harbinger of death.
How the fuck do turtles get herpes?
Yeah. A couple brothers put up some scripture. This is Malachi 1:4, and it reads, "Where says Edom, we are impoverished, but we will return and build the desolate places. So saith the Lord of hosts, they shall build, but I will throw down." And then the end has come, put up Luke 8:17, one of my favorite scriptures. "For nothing is secret that shall not be made manifest, neither anything hid that shall not be known and come abroad." All right, so Esau's skirt is completely and totally being lifted. Bring out what you got.
I got a quick one. This is Isaiah 24:4. The earth mourneth and fadeth away. The earth mourneth and fadeth away. The world languish and fadeth away. The haughty people of the earth do languish. The earth also is defiled under the inhabitants thereof, because they have transgressed the laws, changed the ordinance, broken the everlasting covenant. And that's what they did. They destroyed all the laws of the Most High, changed everything around to the wickedness that it is today. And by promoting all vile affections to have rights, get marriages.
That's what the earth is
you're seeing all that sickness going around now. It's a lot of disease even going. They got new created diseases now.
And he's sitting in the back like,
he's an evil mad scientist, man.
Twisting the corner of the mustache.
Exactly, and he destroyed everything, and now everything is polluted and defiled in this earth, even from the water. You got people complaining about the water.
Matter of fact, the next video, the guy's talking about tainted water. And then it was basically saying that it was a terrorist situation, is what he's saying. Bring it out, Elder.
This Sirach 10 and 10, because y'all say he's the cancer of earth. This Sirach 10 and 10. The physician cut it off a long disease, and he that is today a king, tomorrow shall die.
Bring it again, Baba Shah, Elder.
This Sirach, Ecclesiasticus 10 and 10. The physician cut it off a long disease, and he that is today a king, tomorrow shall die.
And no longer disease in the disease of Esau, Edom, and Edom.
That's right.
The Lord said, look at one grain of evil seed and how much is sprouted to this day. And you look at this one grain of a mustard seed, which is one of the smallest seeds, and look at today, it's sprouted out to be massive. The wickedness has grown.
That rust.
It has decayed everything. I mean, it's like a spider web and cobwebs of nothing but disgust.
That's what
Right?
wickedness do. You know,
That's it.
Like the scripture say, wickedness defiles the land.
That's it.
That's why the land is so fucked up. They even show you that in the little Disney movies.
It has went into
You
every
know,
little corner.
Where the little witch be at,
Like all the flowers dead and shit. Everywhere she walks,
tree
she
right
dead.
yeah, you know. What they doing righteous and trying to live
What
good.
movie
The
you
Father,
turned me on to?
Lorax.
Lorax.
Lorax,
Man, that's a heavy
yeah.
movie, man.
And Lorax is really is Esau. Hey, look,
He's
this
definitely Esau.
The dude,
The main character,
the main
anyway.
character, yeah. So the dude in the movie Lorax is really just a kid version of what Esau did to the earth. Alright, because the Lorax was trying to protect the trees or whatever, which
The
is
forest
really,
and the
animals
Lorax thereof.
the
You
animals
say Lorax,
and
you're talking about
everything.
L-O-R-A-X, right?
L-O-R-A-X.
Yeah, I see
Lorax.
that.
Yeah.
That was
Lorax.
So-
that was a heavy spirit.
Oh, the Lorax.
He said,
Yeah.
Mushmouth?
Yes, I like it.
They call me on guard
It's
too.
not two R's. And why I say Lorax? It's
You know,
Yeah,
speaking
Lorax.
English,
Lorax.
English.
Yeah, Lorax.
I knew what you meant.
It
bro.
could- So,
These brothers critical.
so Esau, which
Potato, not potato. nigga.
Tell her who?
Hey, it's your English right, man.
Yeah.
You're actually right. One R.
I know. But I watch the movie all the time. But so the movie Esau, it basically showed his industry. You know, Esau, the dude, he was cutting down all the trees, and the Lorax was telling him like, look, man, you doing too much. You only said a little bit. You know, but he went and cut down all the trees, and then eventually the animals was fucked up. They didn't have no water. The water was dirty.
The land died.
The land died. The fucking air was dirty. And guess who profited off of it?
Esau Edom.
Esau Edom. So Esau profited off
He
of
was trying
both
to sell
sides.
clean air
He
and
was
clean
selling,
water.
he was selling clean air and clean water. So, and then it's a song when he was cutting down it all. He said, "How bad can I be? I'm just doing what comes naturally." He said, "How bad could I possibly be?"
Proverbs
So
16.
there's really just Esau, and they tell the kids like, "Look, I'm just trying to get some money. I'm just trying to do what comes natural." But he didn't give a fuck
And
about
it
none
was
of
all
that
to make a
stuff.
product
Yeah.
that people didn't need, just wanted.
Yeah, they just
And
wanted.
it destroyed the
But
land.
that show you even today when you go into the different the Home Depots and the Menards. Back in the ancient world, you cut down a tree when you needed wood. You didn't cut down the tree unless you needed to build.
Stock
something.
howling.
But
Right,
it's in the law that if you
yeah.
go into war, you can't, if you don't cut down a tree that bears fruit, you only
Right.
bear down a tree that doesn't bear fruit.
That's all
So,
cut down.
so while you go besiege the
Yep.
place, you still have a food source.
That's wisdom.
Speaking
That's
of that,
wisdom.
now that you said that, they just cleaned up, what they call it, pruning the trees or whatever.
Pruning.
Pruning the trees.
Wicked.
Right.
Well, they're in that little park right by me, the little track.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
There were mulberry trees around that track, and they cut them all down except one. All right, and I used to
Fruit-bearing
see,
tree. Wow.
and I used to see the little Israelite women, the older women,
Right. With the,
over there, and they would go over there and they would actually pick
Yeah.
those mulberries,
yeah.
and you know they
Mulberry
would
pie.
they would make
Mulberry
food with them. All right. I grew up with a mulberry tree next door to me. We used to climb and eat out that tree all the time
My neighbor.
when I was a kid. But the point is that they cut down all the mulberry trees and they left up all the trees that really,
Well,
you
see,
know.
and this is the way, being in Washington Park, you know, you all know we've been there, me and my brother have been playing softball for decades. It was many trees there, there were mulberry trees.
all in Jackson Park
And-
too.
and-
And
and-
they have blueberries there too.
Yes, and
Because at the country club,
Uh-huh.
at the country club, those two trees
Oh,
on
yeah.
both sides when you drive in, it's two
Right.
small trees. Those are blueberry trees.
Oh.
They
Oh,
actually
you talking about 71st?
at
71st.
the opening.
I'm going.
Those trees on
Yeah.
both sides, when you drive in, the tree on both
Yeah.
sides, a small
It's
tree.
an apple tree off
Both
of
those
Jeffrey,
trees are
70
blueberry
something.
Blueberry
trees.
trees.
And you can actually pick from them when they
When they
bloom.
bloom.
Yeah.
They usually bloom in the early part of the season.
Just so you know.
And then they tail off toward the later part of the season, just for the record. But it's funny you say that because driving around the area in the job that I do, I see the whole area. There's an apple tree that's right on Jeffrey that you'll see people pulling apples off of the apple tree. There's another apple tree that's somewhere in that area too. And even around here in this neighborhood, there's a couple people that got great grapevines that go along their fences. That they now plant only male trees that only produce male seeds, like the helicopter seeds.
Yeah.
forth, versus the fruit of the tree. You have male trees, you have female trees. The female trees bear the fruit, the male trees bear the seed that produces the fruit. They're all Esau do, like on the side of the expressways, they do nothing but male trees everywhere, so they can get rid of the natural fruit. Remember dealing
We
with
don't
the
want you
brother.
to be able to eat or sustain yourself.
Right.
Exactly.
Right.
The brother in Trinidad, it was one of the brothers in Trinidad, when I used to deal with him back in the day. And we were talking on the phone, and he'll be like, "Hey, look, brother." He's walking in just down the road to his house. He said, "There's mangoes all over the ground. I had to pick up a mango. Here we go." He showed me bananas. He'll open up the banana, got seeds the whole
I heard a
nine.
brother say that in Puerto Rico.
Yeah, but you come here in America, you
He
got
said, as a matter
nothing.
of fact, Puerto Rico is one of the best places you could be homeless in on the planet, because you have
Food-wise.
if you had a tent, that's all you needed, because you could fish from you can get fish from the ocean, or you can get fish from the rivers, and then there was mangoes and all sorts of fruits that grew on public land.
Everywhere.
So nobody. So you be fit and muscle bound living in.
Cut up.
Cut up, because all you need is mangoes, pineapples,
Yeah.
avocados and fish.
Poke to
Could you
your
imagine
fish.
if you had a mango, pineapple, avocado, and fish diet?
Man, you be swole.
Man.
Cut up.
12 pounds.
Cut the
I got a
fuck up.
scripture for you.
Real seeds in them.
Right. This is Jeremiah 13:23. Can the Ethiopian change his skin,
Nope.
or the leopard his spots? Then may ye also do good that are accustomed to do evil.
Absolutely not.
It ain't built for him. It ain't in his DNA. Hey, if he do good, he do it accidentally, man.
It's accidental.
Unwillingly.
Unwillingly.
Yeah,
Right.
There's a
When he
trap
realized
behind
he
it.
There's a
didn't
trap
actually-
behind it, right?
He didn't help someone. He got to cut that shit off quick.
If he helping you, it's a trap behind it.
That's right.
It's to lure you in a trap, man.
Right, the scriptures say, in the land of righteousness, he shall deal unjustly. Like this dude, if you was in the kingdom with this dude, he'd still be a wicked piece of shit.
Yeah, if you
It's
gave
just
him a
in
voice.
him. You know what I'm saying? It's like the scriptures say, has the potter power over the clay to create one vessel for honor and the other for dishonor.
Yeah.
This dude was made for this.
You
know what I'm saying?
That old story of the scorpion and the frog.
Yeah.
He's
I had to do it, man.
he's that scorpion,
Right.
right? And he couldn't. He it's like, damn. And the frog even asked him, "Nigga, we both about to drown." He's like, "I couldn't help myself."
Right.
I got a precept for you, Lil.
Good.
Right?
Scripture
It's
say,
Sirach.
it said, the Lord created the wicked for the day of evil, man.
That's
So
it.
that was the job, the role given to this damn devil.
And he the perfect one to do it. He the perfect one to play the part.
That's it.
Sirach chapter 12, verse 13. Who will pity a charmer that is bitten
They
with
started
serpent?
12, started 10.
Huh. Sirach 12 and 10. Never trust thine enemy,
Never.
Ever.
but like this
Ever.
Salaki, brother. The Lord said never. If somebody brought you over on slave ships and you descendants of that person brought over on slave ships, why the fuck would you ever give credence to some of the ancestors
Anything
who
they have to
brought
say.
you over there?
Hey,
You don't give no credence to anybody, to a nigga who listens to an Edomite, so-called white motherfucker, anybody, to your own family, your sister, your son, your daughter. This is all about you. How about Shemi Awashai? If it's not about him, it's to your destruction. Never trust anything towards your destruction.
Point blank, period, man.
The whole thing with Esau, even with he's still showing you today that he the devil.
Mhm.
After taking you from being on the slave ships, even in the job world, the job society, wherever you go, Esau still shows you he's the devil. So you
Take your idea.
right, take it.
Take your idea.
we talked about that earlier, you know what I'm saying?
Take your idea. Hey,
know?
present it as his own.
You
Move
know?
up the corporate chain, all that shit.
I've been a victim of that, so I know what that's like. Go ahead, finish your scripture.
back in Sirach 12 and 10. Never trust thine enemy, but like his iron rusteth, so is his wickedness.
Go ahead.
I'm gonna jump to 13. It say, who will pity a charmer that is bitten with a serpent, or any such as come nigh wild beast? So if you go hang around a wild beast, you wonder why it attacked your ass. That's your fault. man.
Yeah, that was like that damn toad trusted that damn scorpion to get
Right.
across the river. He talked to him smooth. Like, well, if I sting you, we'll
Right.
both
We
drown.
both
And the
die.
toad thought about it, was like, damn, you're right. You know? And he jumped on his back.
Did it anyway.
And he stung him anyway.
And you know what, Elder?
I was like, shit, now nigga, we both about to be fish food. Why the fuck you do that?
And you know what, Elder? No matter how much Esau show you the devil, right? That's why it's all about the elect. Because our people, it's Proverbs 12 and 12. The wicked desireth the net of evil men, but the root of the righteous yieldeth fruit. They want to be trapped up, man. They actually tell a prophet to speak lies. They only want to hear the truth, man. And that's why we ain't worried about 2/3 of our people here on the land, man. It's all about the elect, those who won't get it. Because no matter how many times the politicians tell you whatever they vote, they still lie to you, get in there, nothing ever changes, man.
Right.
So
Hey,
fuck it.
You ain't black unless you vote for me.
That's been since Egypt. What happened? They got out in the wilderness and wanted to go back to Egypt.
Meeting melons.
Yep.
You know?
Yeah.
All right, go ahead and hit play on that video, brother. A little bit more of that video play.
Meat melon.
We going to this?
To significant structural changes. Geopolitically, EU sanctions would likely reshape alliances and exacerbate tensions in the Middle East, forcing Israel to adapt to a new reality of diminished economic and political support from Europe, with broader implications for its regional and global positioning. Meanwhile, another assault by extremist Jewish settlers on Palestinian farmers in Kafr ad-Dik, a town west of, citing the growing tension and violence in the region. This attack
And you know, pause it. And so you can hear him running his mouth talking about, you know, babies that were raped and murdered and women that were murdered and all this other bullshit, which was all proven, it was all proven to be a lie. That's what happened. The guy who does the thing for the death certificates, he said there were no children that died, only 2 children died, and it was not from Palestinians. All right, so he got on TV and regurgitated those same goddamn lies, while this guy's telling you what really happened. It was the Israeli settlers doing it to the Palestinians. So what these people do is project, and like I said, that's why the scripture talks about how the Lord's going to waste a portion of Assyria, all right? Because they have all these settlements, all these illegal settlements that are way outside of the expansion area of what the Balfour Declaration declared for them. They've grown exponentially because what they do is they arm the citizens and deputize them, and they just basically go out and knock on your door, and you open the door, they put machine guns in your face, and they just take your shit, right? And basically move it to your house, and that's what they've been doing. And what they're telling you is that when with all these other nations recognizing the Palestinians as a state, if this war stops, in order for there to be peace and for them to make this happen, Israel has
deemed to create this new state. All right, it says from 1967 to 2003, successive Israeli governments assisted to the transfer of some 230,000 you wish you were us civilians into 145 West Bank and Gaza settlements and approximately 110 outposts. By 2016, approximately 42% of the settlement workforce, over 55,000 people, found employment in those settlements. So from the time of 1967, when was around the time when they went over there and started the bullshit, all right, and it started little by little, they just been pumping in settlements, which the brother earlier put out that settlements are basically colonizers, and basically taking over land that's another group's land over that whole period of time. And all they've been doing is like little bit by little, just adding more people and add, hey, you want to get a spot here, you take it. You want another spot, you take it. Oh, you want the part of the West Bank, you take it. All right, and that's how they've been wickedly taking over. But and sanctions, America has put sanctions on everybody on the goddamn planet. And every time somebody put a sanction on America, it says, oh, you can't put a sanction on me, and they never pay. Israel never pays their sanctions. America never pays their sanctions, but they sanction everybody. Full of shit. cockamamie bullshit.
So what's happening now is that what's good for the goose is good for the gander, and we're literally witnessing. And not only that, at the same time that all this is happening, Benjamin Milkowski on the screen there, also known as Netanyahu, the narrative of them being the people of the Lord has fallen apart. It's utterly fallen apart. The world is coming against that false narrative.
You got a lot.
They're being called on it, and even other Edomites are calling them on it.
Call them Khazari.
Ones that are in high places. People in high places are coming against them.
They're bringing out their emblem too.
So all this lies about them being the people of the Lord, you know, that's all coming out as well. Right, so what you're looking at is a defeated man trying to pretend that he's not.
And for the record, he can't even have Benjamin because that's not his first name. His name is Benzion. It ain't Benjamin. You can't even have Bunyamin.
Well, that nigga name is Milkowski.
Exactly.
So
it's Benzion Milkowski. Benzion Milkowski. You ain't nothing of a Hebrew Israelite. You're a fucking devil. Benzion.
All right. If you could put up that. Go to the next video.
I got you right here. Ready?
Yeah.
Benzion. What the fuck name is that?
This is an emergency alert. Military
He speaks all
bases
those.
are now on lockdown, and they are saying, quote, sabotage. This is an emergency alert. Military bases are now on lockdown, and they are saying, quote, sabotage is happening right now. We are also getting warnings that the water is not safe to drink, and they're even saying the water is being sabotaged. And we're also having people inside the United States getting sick from drinking the water as well. So let's dive into all the details.
Not only drinking the water, but every time it rains in Chicago, and I had a couple people on the comment board say it in different places around the country. But every time it rains, the headaches, the body aches, the sore throats comes to the people. Everybody, and even the dogs be fucked up. So it's something that they're, every time, it's like it rains, I just get ready, damn, I'm gonna have a headache tomorrow. I'm gonna have I have some weird backaches the next day after the rain. And I knew it was the rain. At first I thought maybe I worked out too hard, but it moved. It went from my lower back to my upper back. I'm like, oh shit. Right? And I had that, and then I had the headaches, and now I got this weird post-nasal drip shit, but I don't have no fucking cold.
Shit, there was something always been in the water. When I take a shower, I get out sometime, my skin be straight itching, man. That shit been for like years.
Itchy as hell. Not only that, I got filters on my refrigerator, and the water that drips from the filter, it looked like metal or rust or something on the bottom. It was just the water that drips out of the thing when it builds up. When I go to clean it, I'm like, what the fuck is this?
I just saw a report on one of the grams or one of the whatever the fuck that American tap water and British tap water, they put both under a microscope, and both of them full with nothing but all kind of ites and
metals
and no motherfucking
shit moving
creatures.
So you wonder why everybody's fucked up, man.
And I went sick. I went over to the beach,
clogged up,
a week or so ago, and the one right here off of 79th where the water reclamation joint is. I went up in there because I go over there and you know, be on work and kind of slide off, just do a lesson or something. And I see going into the water reclamation joint a truck with a flatbed, and on the flatbed was all these. Them look like kegs. You know how you get the big beer kegs, and on every single keg it said chemical bam. It's chemical shit. Why you sending all these chemicals to the water shit? Why you gonna put chemicals in the water?
And you know what's amazing? If you old enough to, I know Pops remember.
Damn.
He's definitely.
I ain't even mad.
It's a lot, Pops.
Go for it. I ain't even mad.
I set you up for that one, but
ancient of days.
Look, the water in Chicago was some of the best drinking water in all of the states.
You can swallow it. You brought that to Lake Michigan and swing.
Real talk. Pause. Stop. I say nothing else.
I can't even go back to my childhood. Right. I don't want to anyway.
And this ain't no name Jake, man. Jake got jokes. But you know, no, you used to be able to, like the water hose, man. You could drink water out the water hose back in the day.
That used to be the best water.
And you know, the best water was the fountains in the parks. And now the taste that it had. Because I remember I would go to the south and drink their tap water and be like, ugh.
Yeah, right.
Out west, the other old man, when I first got out to California and had they tap water, I was like, what the fuck is this?
Right.
Yeah, I mean, you really were spoiled if you were alive, 40 plus years ago in Chicago and able to drink the water, you would know exactly what I'm talking about. And the water now even has a smell that the water didn't have. The water smelled clean. It had a difference. Even after the rain, there was a smell in the grass and in the trees that you don't smell anymore after it rains, man. It's like Rala was saying. I remember that when you could smell fruit in the opening, every grocery store set up the same way. There's the fruit and vegetables are the first things
that you see when you walk in.
That you see, and before when those doors open from the air conditioning, before you even walked in, you can smell them. You don't smell it anymore. You're standing in the fruit aisle, in the vegetable aisle, and you don't really smell it. Only time you smell it, like the vegetables I get from you, the vegetables I get from the brother Howard Shanawa, in the bag, I can smell them. I put them in the car. It smells up the whole car. You can smell the vegetables. But in the store, you don't smell that.
You don't even smell the onions no more in Chicago.
You can't even smell the onions. The word Chicago means land of stinky onions because onions grow so well here. Onions are whatever the soil mix, the pH, belt onions, the whole nine.
You catch them downtown.
I grow them in the back, and they done spread through the whole back in Allen. I was a kid. Yeah, because they done spread around. The word Chicago means land of stinky fucking onions, and that shows you. That's how bad that things have got watered down and so fucking convoluted in America, and especially in the Midwest. This shit is horrible, man.
Going back, bad water is a new thing. Going back on bottled water in the 90s.
Rob just said something that brought back a memory. Say what you said.
All right, my OG said her mom, which is my grandma, she'll leave a bowl of fruit on the table. They have to leave a sweet smell throughout the whole house.
Yes.
It's true.
I remember that. I absolutely remember that with my grandma. Going to Milwaukee, boom, you smelt that.
No, you got it, because my best friend and his little brother.
Satan been messing.